Hello, future officers. Welcome back. Today, we'll be learning about stage 1 of selection process. This is also called as screening. Screening is a mass filtration process. The reporting strength at a center may vary from 100 to 150 in NDA entry scheme to 250 to 300 in technical entry scheme. However, the number of screened-in candidates remain around 40 to 60, thus making it a difficult nut to crack. It becomes very important to understand the screening process well so that you are confident and prepared to clear through this hurdle. Having reported at the respective SSB centers after proper documentation and a quick breakfast, the candidates are given chest numbers and are made to sit in a hall. Screening involves two important tests. The first test is called OIR, that is Officers Intelligence Rating Test. It is a normal aptitude test which lasts for around 30 to 35 minutes. OIR test involves two sections, verbal and non-verbal. Verbal section has problems of figures, analogy, cubes, matrices, classification of data, dices, odd one out, paper cutting, and etc. Non-verbal includes logical diagrams, series, jumbled words, coding, decoding, signs and symbols, blood relations, shorter and taller problems, and alike. However, there will be only one question paper having questions from both verbal and non-verbal section. Total 15 numbers. The answers are to be marked in the OMR sheet provided along with. The second test for screening is called PPDT or Picture Perception and Description Test. This test involves writing a story based on a picture shown on the screen and then discussing that story in your group and then coming to a common story. You're given 30 seconds to analyze the picture. Often the picture is very hazy for testing your thoughts. Thereafter, 1 minute is given to identify the number of characters, their age, gender, mood. Thereafter, 4 minutes are given for writing a story on the sheets provided. After having written the story, the sheets are collected. The candidates are then given a small break to relax and are asked to gather outside for group discussion once the break is over. Once all assemble again, groups are formed with each group having 8 to 10 candidates and sometimes going to 15 also. Each group is taken to a location and asked to sit on chairs in a semicircular fashion, facing each other. Thereafter, candidates are given back their sheets to refer to their story. This practice of returning back the sheets may not be followed in all the centers. Thus, it becomes important to keep revising your story in the break. Then, the assessors ask the group to continue with the group discussion and come to a common story. This discussion often lasts for 10 to 15 minutes. All the three assessors, that is, the psychologist, the interviewer, and the GTO, sit in this discussion test. The briefing for this test is as follows, which will be given mostly by the GTO. Gentlemen, all of you will remain seated and none of you will get up. Don't look at the assessors, look out only to your friends. No salutation is required like good morning. Directly start with your narration. For narration, we'll start with chest number 1 and go in sequential manner. The moment last chest number completes, you will straight away start with the discussion. No separate permission will be given. The language to be used is English. If stuck, use Hindi, but do revert to English as soon as possible. The time is limited. As a guideline, each one of you will get 1 minute. If exceeding, GTO will tell next. The next person to start off. The aim of this entire exercise is to arrive at a consensus. If you are unable to complete the story while writing, You can give logical conclusion to a story in a line or two now. After this briefing, the chess number 1 starts off with his storytelling in exactly 1 minute.